Hi guys, I hope you're good. Thank you for joining to do the lesson with me today. Today's lesson is not just a lesson, it's just also trying to express the things that are happening in Lebanon, in my country. To be honest, I don't have much hope. And usually, when people try to share posts and videos, I sometimes think this leads to nowhere, and maybe today's lesson is not going to lead anywhere. But I just feel I want to talk about it um, and talk about the things that are like really, in my opinion, no human mind can understand what's happening right now in Lebanon. To summarize, uh, people don't have really even the basic human rights. What causes this, and what is this huge evil force that causes this? I really don't. I really don't get it, and I will never understand. Just life is unfair, and I believe a lot of people and humanity and yeah, leaders are unfair. So there's no electricity. Even my parents, my dad, who is now in his 70s, he gave all his life for his country and worked hard and hard and hard. And yes, they can be resilient, but for how long? You know what? Why do I have to see him sitting in the dark? No electricity, no food, no medicines. He has to worry about what medicine to buy and what not to buy. And at least, thank God, 1 million times that at least my family, they still have food. They still can manage, but some families literally don't have nothing, nothing at all, not even food to put on the table. Uh, Hospitals suffering. There's no bread. You can't buy bread. You can't find, as I said, medicines. No fuel, no electricity, no water. They have to worry what time they can shower, what time they can do this, they can do that. Really the basic human rights. And on top of it, humiliation, the peak of humiliation. Uh, yeah, all because I really don't get it. I really don't get how deep we are in an era of really lots of crap stuff going on. And on the other hand, I see people like when I watch on social media what people are worried about in other parts of the world, like people queuing up to see Messi. Uh, I don't know, people taking care of elephants and bringing cakes to elephants, and you know, and singing happy birthday to elephants, and amazing scientists discovering things that I dream to achieve, like ending suffering and death, even like trying to discover how cells work in order to find cure for aging and death. And on the other hand, we have a world of darkness. Like it's worse than sometimes when we read about the dark ages, we think it's something from the past, but it's not from the past. It's from the present. All of this is sad. I don't have no hope. Uh, but even sometimes I feel guilty about, uploading lessons and uploading fun lessons. And I'm thinking, what am I doing? Like, why am I teaching this language and people, have more important things to worry about, And sometimes, unfortunately, even the people in my country, uh, you know, uh, cause suffering to it, directly or indirectly. When foreigners like you, my students, try to understand the culture, appreciate it, and learn the language. So, yeah, it's all too complex. Anyways, yeah, let me begin. Let me know if the voice is good. Hi guys, hi Jorge, Charlotte, thank you for joining. And yalla, I'm gonna share with you a poem written by Jerry Ghazal. I really find this guy really genuine. So he's an actor. He's on Instagram. I took permission from him to share his poem, and he was happy with it. So if you're interested in reading a little bit more Lebanese written poetry, and he sometimes records his voice and says them out loud, they're really nice. He's very genuine. I find him very, very genuine, and the things he says, like, you know, speak to my heart. Anyways, yalla. So I'm gonna read what he wrote here on his Instagram page, and then I wrote it on my Word document, and I can break it down and explain it to you. Yalla, let's begin. صباح الخير فخامتكن ومعاليكن وسعادتكن وكل هالألقاب الزبالة أشي لفة. طمنوني إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح بالليل وواعيين مرتاحين ع أشغالكن بتحويل هالبلد لمزبلة بعد أكتر. إن شاء الله ما أننوا الكهرباء بقصوركن ووعيتوا مي وأكلكن البرغش. إن شاء الله ولادكن ما قضوا الليل صريخ عالجوع والشوب والقرف. إن شاء الله منكن مسممين وقضيتوها استفراغ عدو الشمعة. إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا كل الأكل المنزوع ببراداتكن الصبح وما معكن تشتروا غيره. طمنوني يا حرامية يا نصابين يا خيرة المجرمين. نمتوا منيح؟ Let's break it down. So this one he wrote it, I think, 3 days ago, literally describing the situation in Lebanon. So to be able to do this lesson, by the way, you should be able to read and write with the Arabic script. If you can't do it, maybe you can listen, and later on I can type this with the Roman alphabet under the video. Yalla, let's begin. صباح الخير, of course, صباح الخير is good morning. صباح الخير فخامتكن ومعاليكن وسعادتكن. These are the titles of politicians. So usually we say فخامة الرئيس. So it's فخامة الرئيس. So this is the title of the president of the republic in Lebanon. It's فخامة الرئيس. So فخامتكن, so he's addressing himself to the politicians here, saying فخامتكن وسعادتكن ومعاليكن. Okay. So فخامة الرئيس is usually the president of the republic. معاليكن, he's referring obviously to ministers, because we say معالي الوزير. So فخامة الرئيس معالي الوزير. So that's how you address yourself to a minister. That's the title, معالي and فخامة. وسعادتكن, سعادة النايب, we say usually سعادة النايب, and it's the title you use to address yourself to a deputy. So this one is for the president of the republic, this one is for the ministers, and this one is سعادة النايب or سعادة النايب, that's how you pronounce it. And these are the titles for the deputies. So فخامة الرئيس, say with me, okay guys, always say with me and even make notes. فخامة الرئيس, معالي الوزير when it's a minister, and سعادة النايب when it's a deputy. But here he's saying فخامتكن ومعاليكن وسعادتكن, because he's addressing himself to more than one, all of them basically. يلا, let's repeat. So صباح الخير فخامتكن ومعاليكن وسعادتكن وكل هالألقاب. الأب, جمع لأب, is the plural of the word لأب, and لأب means title or nickname. Of course here it means title. الأب, and all these titles, وكل هالألقاب, you know the abbreviation of هيدول or هيدا or هيدي is هل. So here he's saying هالألقاب, which means these titles. وكل هالألقاب الزبالة. زبالة is rubbish. كل هالألقاب الزبالة, all this title rubbish titles, okay. وكل هالألقاب الزبالة أشي لفة. أشي لفة, I find it difficult to explain. I was even asking my cousin and my sister now, how can I translate it into English, because it's difficult. It's an expression, if I break it down, you know what it means, but where it comes from, I'm not really sure why we use it. So أشي is hay, you know, hay, like the food you give to like the horse, for example, or the straw as well, أش or أشي, it's a straw. And لفة is a roll. أشي لفة is like a roll of hay, but we use it to say all of them together or all of you together, you know. For here he means هالألقاب الشلفة. All these titles, all of them together, they're all the same basically. That's what he means. الشلفة, all together. Usually it's used in the negative sense. But also you can say to someone, you know, you can take all of them الشلفة, like in one go basically. Okay? So صباح الخير فخامتكن ومعاليكن وسعادتكن وكل هالألقاب الزبالة and all these rubbish titles الشلفة, all of them together basically. طمنوني. طمنوني. Now طمن is an imperative verb. طمن if I'm talking to a guy. طمني if I'm talking to a girl. And طمنو if I'm talking to a group of people. طمنو. طمنوني literally calm me down or make my mind comfortable. Like, it's a way to say you know, when if somebody is going home late at night, I say طمني بس توصل على البيت. Let me know when you get home. طمن, it comes from tumanina, which is like, you know, peace of mind and comfortable mind, which means like, you know, let me know, comfort my mind, you know, when you get home. طمني بس توصل على البيت. Or maybe when my sister is traveling and I will tell her, you know, let me know when you arrive. I say طمنيني بس توصلي when you arrive. So here he's talking to all of them, to all the politicians, and he's saying in a sarcastic way, of course, طمنوني, like literally make my mind comfortable. إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح. إن شاء الله, I hope. نمتوا, you plural, slept, منيح, you slept well. إن شاء الله. You probably know by now from my previous lessons that I translate inshallah as I hope, but it's literally in, if, sha'a, wanted, basically, wills, Allah, God, if God wills, God willing, basically, which means I hope. إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح. I hope you slept well. طمنوني. You know, let me know, like, make my mind comfortable. Did you sleep well? طمنوني, نمتوا منيح. إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح بالليل, at night. إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح بالليل. يلا, say it guys with me, okay? Keep repeating with me. I'm gonna check if anyone has a question so far. Hi Ali, hi Rosie. Okay, so let me continue. So إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح بالليل واعيين مرتاحين. واعيين is a participle, اسم فاعل. In the masculine form بالمذكر واعي, masculine. In the feminine form it's واعية, feminine. Literally the person who wakes up, the waker up basically. And in the plural it's here واعيين. إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح and واعيين مرتاحين. Literally you are the wakers up comfortable, which means you've woken up. We're using it as a verb here. You have woken up. واعيين مرتاحين. مرتاح in the singular form. مرتاحة بالمؤنث in the feminine form. ومرتاحين in the plural. إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح and I hope you slept well بالليل, in the night you're saying in Arabic. واعيين and you've woken up, but you're literally saying and you are the wakers up. مرتاحين, comfortable in the plural. ع أشغالكم. So you usually say you know, you wake up normal, واعيين مرتاحين. But if you wake up because you have something to do, or you woke up because of something, you say وعيت ع. واعيين ع. For example, I have work, I say واعية بكير. For example, I've woken up early. واعية بكير ع شغلي. Literally, I'm saying on my work, which means to my work. Okay, so here, or I can say وعيت. I can use the past tense. I can say وعيت بكير عالضجة if there was noise. Okay, وعيت, I woke up. بكير, early. ع, on, الضجة, literally on the noise, which means because of the noise. Here he's using the ع أشغالكن. أشغال جمع شغل. شغل يعني work or job. أشغالكن, your jobs or your work, basically. But he's using the plural. He's saying literally your works. So واعيين, if we remove what's here, مرتاحين. واعيين ع أشغالكن. You've woken up for your works, basically he means that on your works, okay? واعيين مرتاحين and you've woken up comfortable for your works. literally. And what is your works? Let's see. هأشغلكم بتحويل هالبلد. تحويل مصدر. مصدر means verbal noun. And the verb, it's a form 2 verb, by the way. My general 2 students, you should know this. حول بيحول. To transform. And تحويل is transformation or transforming. تحويل هالبلد. As I said, the ها is the abbreviation of هيدا البلد. This country, هالبلد, this country. So تحويل هالبلد, the transformation of this country. تحويل هالبلد, the transformation of this country. واعيين مرتاحين and you've woken up comfortable. أشغالكم, to your works, literally. أشغالكم, what are your أشغال? أشغالكم بتحويل, of changing basically, of transforming هالبلد, this country, لمزبلة. مزبلة is how can I say, like the rubbish dump, the place where you throw the rubbish, مزبلة. But when we say مزبلة, it's a way to say like a place that is like so ugly, so chaotic, so like a rubbish dump basically, مزبلة. Okay. Yeah, so واعيين مرتاحين أشغالكم يلي هي شو, which is what, بتحويل هالبلد لمزبلة, of converting or transforming this country into a rubbish place or rubbish dump. One of you just paste it in English if I'm saying it wrong, okay? I'll check it in a second. And guys, when it comes to verbs, you notice I just explain, okay, this one means this, or this one is the first person, or. But like, I'm not fully conjugating this, of course, because we don't have a time to do this in this lesson. But when you are in class or when you're on your own, you can do this. When you're studying on your own, try to take the verbs and conjugate them in full. أنا, أنت, أنت, هو, هي, all of the persons, okay? We usually do this together in class, of course. Okay, so أشغالكم بتحويل هالبلد لمزبلة بعد أكتر. Even more. بعد means still more. أكتر means more, and بعد means بعد can mean many things. بعد can mean yet. بعد can mean like more, add more, بعد أكتر, even more, basically. I can translate it here. So يلا, let's repeat until here. I'm gonna say it slowly. Say it, guys, with me. Okay? صباح الخير فخامتكن ومعاليكن وسعادتكن وكل هالألقاب الزبالة الشلفة. طمنوني إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح بالليل وواعيين مرتاحين ع أشغالكن بتحويل هالبلد لمزبلة بعد أكتر. Let me check whoever has a question and I continue. Hi, Jose. Yes, Muhammad is asking if mazbale is from zbele. Yes, zbele means rubbish. We saw the word actually in the poem. Well done for remembering. And mazbale, whenever you have the suffix ma, it shows that, dumpster, that's the word. It tells you that we're talking about the places. Why do we call, for example, where we eat mat'am? Because it comes from ta'am in standard Arabic, which is food, and mat'am is where you eat. Matbakh, it has a ma as well. Why? Because tabakh means cooking, and matbakh is where you cook. Masna comes from also صنع بيصنع, to produce, and مصنع is where you produce. That's why it means a factory. And the same here, مزبلة is a dumpster, because the place where you throw the rubbish. So these are from the same family of words. The words زبالة and the word مزبلة, they have the zain, be, and lam. زبالة and مزلبة. I said مزلبة. مزبلة. Okay. يلا, let's continue. إن شاء الله ما أننوا الكهرباء بقصوركم. إن شاء الله, again, I hope. ma'annanu. This word, you hear it a lot recently in Lebanon. It's the daily life of the Lebanese recently. Why? Annanu, I just checked on Google what's the translation in English. I already forgot. It's basically when, you know, governments cut down on things that they give to people and they give them with quantities. So, for example, recently, you have to queue up for in gas stations in Lebanon if you want to fill up your car. And they just allow you to fill up with, like, I don't know, 20,000 Lebanese liras, you know. So this action of doing that, we call it, the verbal noun of it, المصدر, is تأنين. تأنين. When you give a little bit of something with limited quantities to people. Guys, somebody please write تأنين on Google and tell me what it says. تقنين, okay? Tell me what it says. I forgot something like a ration something. I don't know. Okay, so inshallah ma annano. So here he's using it as a verb. I hope they didn't annano, which means they didn't like put a limit on how much they give you kahraba. So he's being sarcastic. He's speaking to politicians and he's saying, I hope they didn't put a limit on how much electricity you get. بأسوركم. سور جمع أسر is the plural of أسر. وأسر يعني castle. سور يعني castles. بأسوركم, in your castles. Let me see if somebody wrote me the meaning of تأنين. Ration, yes, that's the word. Ration. Yeah. And what's the verb of ration? I'm not sure. Rationalize. Okay, so maybe, so they impose a ration, basically. Let's say they impose a ration. So inshallah ma annanu, I hope they didn't impose any ration or ration. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. الكهرباء. annanu الكهرباء. For example, annanu الخبز. annanu البنزين. Okay. inshallah ma annanu الكهرباء بأسوركم, in your castles. So this one, literally, he's describing the daily life of the Lebanese and what's going on, really, what they are suffering from recently. ووعيتو, and you, plural, woke up. وعيت, you woke up. Masculine, وعيتو, you, plural, woke up. وعيتو ماي, you woke up, literally, that's how we say, you woke up water, which means you woke up wet because you're sweating, because it's really hot. ووعيتو ماي, and you woke up sweating because it's really hot and people can't turn on the air conditions. And here I can say نص مصيبة. نص مصيبة. مصيبة is like a disaster. And when I say نص مصيبة, I say half a disaster, which means at least this is not as bad as. And then I was going to say something. I said إنه وعيتو ماي نص مصيبة. I said waking up water wet, which means sweating because it's hot. نص مصيبة. The worst is in the winter. If things continue, it's going to get really bad when people can't use the heatings because of the cold. That's going to be really, really the worst, you know. ووعيتو ماي وأكلكن البرغش. أكل is a participle here. اسم فاعل. أكل, literally the eater. أكلكن, literally the eater of you, plural. Which, again, we're not using it as the eater. We are using it as has eaten you. وأكلكن البرغش. برغش يعني mosquitoes. أكلكن البرغش يعني the mosquitoes have eaten you. inshallah, let's repeat here. So inshallah ما أننوا الكهرباء بأسوركن. I hope they didn't impose a ration. I hope I'm pronouncing it correct. الكهرباء بأسوركن, in your castles. ووعيتوا مي, and you woke up wet, soaking wet. وأكلكن البرغش, and a mosquito has eaten you. That's how we say, which means you had lots of mosquito bites. For example, if I wake up and I see like I really have like 4 or 5 dots, red dots or spots on my arm, I say اكلني البرغش. اكلني, literally the eater of me is who? البرغش, the mosquitoes, which means mosquitoes have eaten me, which means like mosquitoes have been biting me all night. Okay. واكلكن البرغش. Let's continue. إن شاء الله ولادكن ما قضوا الليل صريخ. إن شاء الله, I hope, ولادكن your children ولاد children ولادكن your children ما قضوا they plural did not spend they didn't spend ما قضوا الليل they didn't spend the night I hope your children didn't spend the night إن شاء الله ولادكن ما قضوا الليل guys as I say keep saying with me ما قضوا الليل قضوا is to spend the night but when we use قضى بيقضي the verb الليل and then we use here with it like for example a noun or a verbal noun صريخ which means they spent the night doing something or they kept on also can mean in that case they kept on doing something ما قضوا الليل صريخ so they spent the night literally you're saying screaming okay as a noun you know you're not using it as a verb الليل صريخ we didn't say عم بيصرخوا we said صريخ ما قضوا الليل I hope your kids they didn't spend the night screaming okay sometimes we say ما قضوا الليل بكي crying we're using nouns here okay إن شاء الله أولادكم ما قضوا الليل صريخ or ما قضوا الليل بكي let's say you spend the night laughing you say they didn't spend the night laughter ضحك okay so you're using nouns here بكي صريخ ضحك okay so إن شاء الله أولادكم ما قضوا الليل صريخ they didn't spend the night screaming on what صريخ عاشو بكي عاشو ضحك عاشو we say ضحك صريخ بكي like crying on something which means over something we mean you laugh over something you cry over something you shout over something صريخ عالجوع because of جوع means famine or hunger عالجوع صريخ عالجوع like they spend the night screaming literally you're saying on hunger or on famine which means as a result of hunger or because of hunger let me repeat this part يلا you guys repeat with me so let me actually say 2 more words and then we repeat the whole thing so ما قضوا الليل صريخ عالجوع literally on famine والشوب شوب means the heat والشوب والقرف قرف يعني it's not disgusting it's not an adjective it's a noun as if you're saying on the disgust which means on like on this disgust he means here قرف يعني disgusting situation he means but we use it as a noun قرف I can say شو هالقرف what's this disgust it's a noun which means how disgusting it is okay in Arabic we're not using it as an adjective we're just using it as a noun قرف so يلا let's repeat from here inshallah ما أننو and you guys say with me okay and then if you have any questions type them so I can check it يلا so inshallah ما أننو الكهرباء بسوركن ووعيتو you see how I'm pronouncing here the ووعيتو because it's difficult to pronounce the سكون and the سكون so imagine an imaginary كسرة here and say ووعيتو and you woke up ووعيتو مي وأكلكن البرغش إن شاء الله ولادكن ما قضوا الليل صريخ عالجوع والشوب والقرف يلا let me see if you have questions yes. hi Jernaya yeah rationing yes yeah with the ass sound yes rationing I checked it on Google before I forgot it yes okay thank you for clarifying this يلا I'm gonna keep going okay 1 second I forgot to put my charger my screen went dark يلا 1 second okay لكن let's continue from here القرف إن شاء الله ما نكون مسممين مسمم يعني poisoned مسممين you plural are poisoned إن شاء الله I hope ما نكون you are not you plural are not ما نكون مسممين I hope you're not poisoned إن شاء الله ما نكون مسممين here he's continuing of course إن شاء الله ما قضيتوها قضيتوها, literally, you spent her, or you spent it, we mean, of course, which means you spent your time. You spent all your time. When you want to say, I spent all my time doing something, you say قضيت. Always قضيت in the feminine form. A in the end. Never O or something like that. Even if it's, the verb is changing, but the ending A is staying. You plural spent all your time, you say انتوا قضيتوها. أنا قضيت. أنت قضيت. In the feminine form, you would say أنت قضيتيها. So here he's saying inshallah, of course, because here he already used mankun. Here he didn't use ma, but he means to say ma قضيتوها. I hope you didn't spend it. Of course, all of these he's being sarcastic. He means otherwise, because they're not spending their time like that. He's describing the Lebanese citizen through speaking to politicians, basically. وقضيتوها, and you spent all your time. استفراغ. استفراغ is throwing up. استفراغ. The verb is استفرغ بيستفرغ. So let's say أنا استفرغت. هو بيستفرغ. It's interesting. Honestly, Arabic is so interesting. You know, throwing up, استفرغ or استفرغ, comes from the word, the roots fe, re, and ghain. And it has to do with emptiness. فراغ means emptiness, because when you throw up, it's like you're emptying your stomach. So استفراغ, throwing up. إن شاء الله ما قضوا إن شاء الله ما يلا إن شاء الله ما قضيتوها استفراغ. I hope you didn't spend your time throwing up, basically. So repeating this would be إن شاء الله ما نكون مسممين. I hope you're not poisoned, because most people are getting poisoned recently. Because there's no electricity, and the food that's in the fridges is being spoiled and rotten, and when you eat it, you throw up. So that's why people are, having food poisoning. إن شاء الله ما نكون مسممين. I hope you're not poisoned. وقضيتوها استفراغ, and you spent all your time throwing up. عدو الشمعة, literally on. ضوء means light. الشمعة means the candle, on the light of the candle, which means under the candlelight. عدو الشمعة, that's how you say it. You can say عدو القمر, literally on the light of the moon, which means under the moonlight. عدو الشمعة, عدو القمر. So إن شاء الله ما نكون مسممين وقضيتوها استفراغ عدو الشمعة. إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا. كبيت is you threw, masculine. كبيتوا, you plural threw. إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا. I hope you didn't throw. كل الأكل, all the food. المنزوع, الأكل المنزوع means spoiled. الأكل المنزوع, the spoiled food. إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا كل الأكل المنزوع. I hope you didn't throw all the spoiled food. منزوع, you can also use it if you're talking about something that broke down. Not physically broke, but broke. If I'm trying to turn my phone on and it's not working, I say تليفوني منزوع. It's broken down. But if it's about food, it's spoiled food. If it's a kid, you say منزوع, ولد منزوع, it's a spoiled kid. Okay? إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا. I hope you didn't throw كل الأكل المنزوع, all the spoiled food, ببراداتكن. B means in. براد means fridge. برادات means fridges. براداتكن means your plural fridges. Your plural. It's funny how it's one word in Arabic, and look how many words it is in English. Look. In your fridges. But in Arabic, it's one word. Be in. براد, one fridge. برادات, fridges. And براداتكن, your plural fridges. So, إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا. I hope you didn't throw. Here there's a spelling mistake. Okay, إن شاء الله. It's not إن شاء الله. إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا. I hope you didn't throw كل الأكل, all the foods. المنزوع, the spoiled, all the spoiled food. You notice you're putting your adjectives after your nouns in Arabic, not before. So you don't say spoiled food, you say food spoiled. And you use the article for both. الأكل, المنزوع. So when you want to make something definite, you have to put it both to the noun and the adjective, either both or none. Okay, so if I want to say spoiled food, I say أكل منزوع without without But if I want to say the spoiled food, I say the food, the spoiled. الأكل المنزوع. ببراداتكن in your fridges. الصبح in the morning. وما معكن and you plural do not have. ما معكن. معكن is you have. Literally you're saying with you plural, which means you have. That's how you say I have, you have. You can say عندي عندك, or you can say معي أو معك, and the rest of the conjugation. But there's a little difference between عندي and معي. When I say عندي, it means I have in general. But when I say معي, we usually use it for two reasons. Either when I'm talking about money, معي مصاري, or when I'm talking about an object being with me, on me now. For example, maybe عندي سيارة, maybe I have a car, بس اليوم ما معي سيارة. I don't have a car with me or on me today. Like for example, معك قديحة. People come and ask you, معك قديحة. قديحة is a lighter. It means, do you have a lighter on you now, in this moment? So that's the difference between معي and عندي usually. Okay? So here he's saying ما معكن تشتروا, because of course he's referring to money. You don't have money. ما معكن مصاري. He doesn't have to specify. We can understand immediately that he means money. ما معكن تشتروا, which means you don't have money to buy. تشتروا. You see this structure? We use it a lot. يعني I don't have to say ما معي مصاري تآكل, so I eat. I don't have to say that. I can say ما معي آكل. I immediately say I don't have, and then I say I eat, which means I don't have money to eat. ما معي آكل. Sometimes we have the expression, we use it a lot. ما معي امشي. Literally, I don't have money, we imply. امشي, to walk, which means I'm so broke. If you want to say I'm so broke, you can say ما معي امشي. ما معي امشي. Literally, I don't have money to walk. ما معي امشي. ما معي آكل. I don't have money to eat. ما معي اشرب. I don't have money to drink. Here he's saying وما معكن, you plural, تشتروا, again you plural, غيره. غيره means another one of it. Literally, that's how you think, like a replacement of it basically. Why? He's talking about الأكل. ما معكن تشتروا غيره. You don't have money to buy another one basically. That's what it means, which means a replacement of that food. غيره. Okay? وما معكم تشتروا غيره. Let's repeat here. يلا. So we said إن شاء الله. يلا, let's read from here, but I want to clean. I have to clean before I read. That's my OCD part. Okay, يلا. So إن شاء الله ولادكم, I hope your children ما قضوا الليل. They didn't spend the night. صريخ, screaming, عالجوع, literally on hunger, والشوب and the heat, والقرف and the disgust and the disgusting situation. إن شاء الله ما نكون مسممين. I hope you plural are not poisoned. وقضيتوها استفراغ, and you spent all your time throwing up. عدو الشمعة, on the candlelight, under the candlelight. إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا كل الأكل. I hope you didn't throw all the food. كل الأكل المنزوع, all the spoiled food. ببراداتكن, in your fridges. الصبح, in the morning. وما معكن, and you plural don't have, تشتروا غيره, to buy another one, or another one of it we're saying, which means a replacement. Hi Tassi. يلا. If you have questions, write them down. And the last sentence he says طمنوني. Again, طمني, طمنيني, or طمنوني. We use it a lot. يلا, write them down. طمني if you're talking to a guy. If you're talking to a girl, you say طمنيني. يلا, write down for me. What does it mean? طمني, طمنيني, and طمنوني. طمني. You can even say طمني عنك. طمنيني عنك. طمنوني عنكن. We use them with these prepositions. طمني عنك. طمنيني عنك. طمنوني عنكن. يلا, who's gonna tell me what it means? طمني, طمنيني, شو? Yes, okay, literally could be satisfy me, no more than satisfy me, and give me a comfortable mind. You know, as I said, it comes from tuma'nina, which means yes, comfort me. Very good, Charlotte. Which means يعني, let me know how you are, basically. That's how you ask for someone to let you know how you are. Yani you wanna, check on them. You say comfort me, okay? طمني, طمنيني, and طمنوني. We use a lot with عنك. طمني عنك. شو أخبارك? What's your news? Tell me about you. Like comfort me about you, basically. Again, he's using it, of course, sarcastically. He's saying طمنوني in the plural. يا حرامية. حرامية means thieves. حرامي in the singular. حرامية in the feminine singular or in the plural. So the feminine singular is حرامية. The feminine plural is also حرامية. It's the same. طمنوني يا حرامية. يا نصابين. نصاب is a crook. I think you say crook. نصاب. And in the plural is نصابين. Comfort me, like, yeah, let me know about you, basically saying, yeah, is like, oh, oh, thieves, oh, crooks, يا نصابين, يا خيرة المجرمين. I'm gonna explain this in a second. نمتوا منيح. نمتوا in the past tense, you plural. نمتوا منيح. Did you plural sleep well? Now, يا خيرة المجرمين, he uses it also, he's playing on words. And of course, he's using it again sarcastically. Usually we use this expression to say خيرة المجتمع. It's like you're saying, la crème de la crème, the best of the best. خيرة المجتمع. The goodness of the society. خيرة المجتمع. خيرة, that's what it means, kind of like goodness. But here he's saying يا خيرة المجرمين. مجرم يعني one second. The word is gone from my head. Criminal, مجرم. مجرمين, criminals in the plural. مجرم in the singular بالمفرد. وبالجمع بنقول مجرمين in the plural. مجرمين, criminals. So when you say يا خيرة المجرمين, he doesn't mean, of course, oh, you the best of the criminals, like you're like the top of the criminals, or the goodness, literally, of criminals. He means like, you are the worst criminals, he means here. يا خيرة المجرمين. So he's playing on words. Instead of using the positive way of this expression, يا خيرة المجتمع, يا خيرة المجتمع, he's using it يا خيرة المجرمين. يعني the top of the top criminals, basically, the worst criminals, he means. نمتوا منيح? Did you plural sleep well? So yeah, that's the Lebanese story. Very sad, very depressive, and not much hope. But maybe there might be some hope someday, somehow, I don't know. I really want to believe there is hope. I really believe what's going on in Lebanon today is not just about Lebanon. It's about the whole world. Something is wrong with, I don't know, in our nature as humans. I don't know. And that's why people suffer. Yalla, who has a question before I repeat this? Comfort me. طمنوني. أسمران. Oh yeah, Ali, that's the song. Yes. Yes, assure me. Hi, Harun. Harun is in my class, my student in class. Every time he's my rescuer in English, but now he came late. Okay, yeah, inform me if you're okay, Nora. It's true. Perfect. Best of criminals. Yes, that's how we say it. So yalla, I'm gonna repeat. Merci, Charlotte. I'm happy that you watched it. Yalla, let me repeat. If you have any questions, type them in the comment box. I'm just gonna read it. I'm not gonna re-explain it. If you want the explanation, you can watch this lesson later on. Okay? Yalla, say with me out loud, as always. Guys, when I move my mouse, now, can you see it? I'm turning it around now. Can you see it? Just let me know, because sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't show. Just tell me yes or no. Now, can you see it? And when it's on the yellow part, I have my mouse right now under the lines. Can you see it or you can't see it? Just let me know. See or no? Thank you, Star Nejmi. Thank you so much. Yalla, let me know if you can see the mouse so I can start rereading. So I have the mouse now. I'm hovering it under the word sabah. Can you see that? Sure. Somebody wants to tell me? No? That's so sad because all the time when I explain, I try to keep my pen under the words so you can see them. But it's okay. I'll try to just draw lines. Okay? Yeah, I know. Sometimes it shows, sometimes it doesn't. I'm just gonna try to draw a line so you guys can follow. يلا. So, صباح الخير فخيمتكن ومعاليكن وسعادتكن وكل هالألقاب زبالة الشلفة. طمنوني إن شاء الله نمتوا منيح بالليل وواعيين مرتاحين ع أشغالكن بتحويل هالبلد لمزبلة بعد أكتر. إن شاء الله ما أننوا الكهرباء بقصوركن ووعيتوا مي وأكلكن البرغش. إن شاء الله ولادكن ما قضوا الليل صريخ عالجوع والشوب والقرف. إن شاء الله منكن مسممين وقضيتوها استفراغ عدو الشمعة. إن شاء الله ما كبيتوا كل الأكل المنزوع ببراداتكن الصبح وما معكن تشتروا غيره. طمنوني يا حرامية يا نصابين يا خيرة المجرمين، نمتوا منيح؟ That's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed it, but more than that, I also hope that the situation in Lebanon changes. Yeah, I know, no mouse. I have to figure out how to fix it. And yeah, I will see you soon in the lesson. Yalla, I'm just gonna wait one more minute to see if anyone has a question before I go. Christian, I don't think it's only about the OBS. It's also about using the Word document on my Zoom with my students as well. The same is happening, so it's something I should change in the computer maybe. But I'll figure it out. Thank you for your suggestions. Sure, guys, anyone has a question before I go? Merci, Harun. Harun is called Aaron, but I call him Harun. Harun al-Rashid. He even changed his profile picture. Anyone has a question before I leave? Yalla, I'm gonna go because no one is asking any questions. Let's hope life will get better and maybe science helps us find solutions to many things. And yeah, we improve, we evolve. We don't go back to the dark ages, we just go forward. We always think that we evolve, humans evolve linearly, but I believe humans also sometimes evolve backwards. But I hope we evolve forward and only good things happen to everyone and all of humanity. Thank you, Rosie. Yalla, bless you all. I'll see you all tomorrow. Maybe tomorrow, maybe. Merci. Merci, Jean. Hanna, Jean. Also, Jean, I made him have like some schizophrenia in class. I gave him 1,000 names. طيب, يلا guys. بشوفكن. Bye now. Bye bye. Charlotte and Jano met. Okay, yalla, bye guys. Bye. Sorry, I'm gonna hang